નમસ્કાર દર્શક મિત્રો, અતિથિમાં ફરી એકવાર આપનું સ્વાગત છે. અતિથિ એટલે એવો કાર્યક્રમ કે જે કાર્યક્રમમાં વિશિષ્ટ વ્યક્તિત્વ સાથે આપની મુલાકાત કરવી અને વાતો કરી અંતરંગ. આજે એક એવા વ્યક્તિત્વ, વિશિષ્ટ વ્યક્તિત્વ, કદાચ આ વ્યક્તિત્વ વિશે હું જો પહેલાં કહીશ તો કદાચ આપ એટલું બધું ડીપલી એની અંદર નહીં ઘૂસી શકો, પરંતુ આઈ એમ ડેમ શ્યોર કે આફ્ટર 25 મિનિટ્સ આપને લાગશે કે માણસના જીવનમાં જે પરિવર્તન આવે છે ને પરિવર્તન કયા સુધી લઈ જઈ શકે અને એ પરિવર્તનના અંતે સંતૃપ્તિનો જે ઓડકાર આવે છે તે કેવો હોઈ શકે છે. આપણી સાથે જ આજે આલ્ફ્રેડ ફોર્ડ, જો કહી શકાય કે ફોર્ડ ફેમિલીના ગ્રેટ ગ્રાન્ડસન. વેલકમ ટુ અવર શો.
Thank you.
First of all, this is matlab very interesting person from business family who can handle, who can enjoy all the, in Hindi there is a luft in your life, but you choose this particular field and you become a devotee to ISKCON. How it's possible?
It's possible actually through the mercy of the Guru, the spiritual master, who I met when I was 24 years old.
I think that is 1975.
Yeah. And, before that I was a hippie, so I had no direction in life. I didn't know what I was doing, didn't know what I believed in. But by reading the books that Srila Prabhupada wrote and having his association, then it completely gave me some direction in life.
It is very difficult to change your identity, and you change your identity as a Ambarish Das. It is very difficult to accept the different name. In this community, you are known by Mr. Ford. In this community, you are known by Ambarish Das. So again, tell me who had given this name and for what?
Yeah. Well, my spiritual master gave me that name, and it's become more and more apparent over the years why he gave it to me, because Ambarish Maharaj was a great devotee of Lord Krishna. At the same time, he was emperor of the world.
True.
So he had many, many material responsibilities, but at the same time, he was a great devotee. And he was challenged by people, demoniac people. I mean, not that the Durvasa Muni is demoniac, he's a great Muni. But he was challenged by Durvasa Muni, and because of his humble attitude, he was able to overcome.
Okay. Now, interesting is that you're talking about your guru, once you met in 1975. So, are you impressed by your guru or this path?
Well, I think they're intimately connected, because it says that we sing in the morning, by the grace of the spiritual master one receives Krishna, and by the grace of Krishna one receives an authentic spiritual master. So Prabhupada is an authentic pure devotee. So by reading his books and assimilating the knowledge contained in the books, that of course was very important, but also by his personal association and leading by example, that also was very instrumental in my life.
Do you feel that if a person want to transform from this era to that era, this atmosphere to that atmosphere, it is very difficult?
Yeah. I think it's very difficult, and actually it can't be done by one's own endeavor.
True.
It takes the mercy of the Guru or the mercy of Krishna, to show the way, to show the path, and then encourage that person on that path.
If I tell you in 5 sentences, define Krishna, how you?
Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He's full of all opulences. He is the source of everything. Everything comes from Krishna. So, we worship him as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, understanding that he is the source of everything. All incarnations, all jivas, everything is coming from Krishna originally.
Don't you think this Krishna is a character, such a different character?
Yeah.
Because this is a combination of a great warrior and the symbol of love. This is something different, I think.
Yes. And he, that's why he's so endeared by the devotees, because he, can play many pranks, and he interacts very intimately with his devotees. So it's not like it's some impersonal God. It's a very personal God, and the exchange between the devotee and the Supreme Personality are very intimate.
Tell me openly. I think I need your blunt answer of this my question. Do you feel any difficulty to introduce yourself as a devotee of Krishna in US?
Not anymore. In the beginning, it was difficult. Because back in
I think there are so many people who maybe ask you what you did.
yeah. And now it's all out in the press and everything over and over again. There's been so many articles written. So it's well known. I'm known as the Hare Krishna Ford. So that's, that's my label. So, but in the beginning it was difficult because back in those days, Hare Krishnas were considered a cult. So my parents were very angry when I joined the Hare Krishnas. And they threw me out of the house.
What was the reaction? Immediate reaction. What was the reaction? In typical word, inverted comma.
They threw me out of the house, out of my house.
Oh.
Yeah, but my grandmother, who was a little pious, she read the article in the newspaper and she told my mother, no, that's a very nice article. You shouldn't throw him out of the house.
So she is the only student you support.
Yes, but eventually my parents came around too, and they came. We opened up a big center in Detroit, a mansion that we turned into a temple. And when we had the opening, the mayor of Detroit came, so many people came, and my parents came. And they really loved my wife, really respected her because she's a PhD. And anyway, it was, they came around. It took some...
So in real term, better off.
Yes, right, yeah.
Okay, in this era, there are so many problems across the world.
Yes.
So what is your own opinion about the religious? How can, rather, this different kind of religion can help to defeat this all problem?
Yeah. Well, the way our spiritual master presented Krishna Consciousness is that it's a spiritual science. It's not a religion. There's so many religions in the world and they're all fighting against each other and but this is a spiritual science. Bhagavad Gita is aimed at all the jivas in the world, no matter what your background is, no matter what your religious preference is. All the knowledge contained in the Bhagavad Gita is relevant to all the living entities.
I think you must say, rather you must open this matter. My next question is, do you feel that there are so many devotees in all religion? They are not go in depth of that religion, but they are maybe just a church, mosque or temple. I think religion restricted up to the building only. Otherwise it should go to your heart, the content what they had given. I think there is some lacking of that.
Yes, so that's true. Many followers of different religions don't really follow, totally. Like Christianity, one of the commandments is thou shalt not kill, but they're killing animals all the time. And, one of the principles of Buddhism is ahimsa, non-violence. But at the same time, we see many Buddhist leaders who are meat eaters, So there's some hypocrisy there. And, that's why we as devotees of Krishna want to present the science of Krishna consciousness. It's not just some religious...
We are following just the words. Actually, we are not going in depth of that meaning.
Yeah, exactly.
દર્શક મિત્રો સમય થયો છે વિરામનો. વિરામ બાદ બીજા તબક્કાની વાતો કરીશું મિસ્ટર ફોર્ડ સાથે. વિરામ બાદ ફરી એકવાર સ્વાગત છે આપનું કાર્યક્રમ અતિથિમાં. વાત કર્યા છે આપણે મિસ્ટર ફોર્ડ સાથે. મિસ્ટર ફોર્ડ, how religious treatment and religious knowledge we can use in business also?
Yeah. Well, certainly the principles that are given in the Bhagavad Gita can be applied to business. And, one studies the Bhagavad Gita, one understands the modes of material nature and can see how the modes of material nature are working in all different situations in life. And if one can elevate oneself to the modes of goodness, then he becomes a great leader in his business, Not that he's, in the modes of passion and ignorance and just running over everybody. That's not a good principle.
As a success businessman, again, I love to ask you, it is very difficult to be a top with ethics
Yeah.
in business?
Yes. I don't think so. I think that there are many, many ethical leaders in business, and there have been in the past. I don't think I think it's more difficult not to be ethical and then to be caught, then you're finished,
And what is your, again, this is, I need a blunt answer. No religion is bad. No religious is going to teach you a bad thing. Still, people are fighting with the banner of religion.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there are some religions that do teach, that there's a place for violence. And, certainly Krishna Consciousness was spoken, the Bhagavad Gita was spoken on a battlefield. So there's a time and a place for everything within spiritual life. But at the same time, everything has to be done with the Supreme Personality, with God in the center. If we put ourselves in the center, then we're bound to go off course.
We always try, I think all religious group try to make more person to be involved in that their own religion.
Yeah.
And they are trying for citizens only. What do you think, Mr. Ford? Citizen can transform into religious.
Yeah.
Is it necessary to grab all top celebrities and the person who is in decision making position,
Yeah.
like president, like your prime minister, your minister, councillor, maybe the citizen? It is more than rather or a superpower, the super decision maker should be in religious
Yes.
pattern.
Yeah. Well, I think the reason that we, as Krishna's devotees, preach to important people is that Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, whatever a great man does, and others follow. So we want to preach to the great men, and make them understand Bhagavad Dharma, So that's the people that we're going after. But at the same time, there are many, many devotees from every walk of life, and devotional service is not restricted by anything, any material situation.
This kind of activity, I think all religious groups are doing the very good activity across the world. Still, we are seeing that there are so many countries, there is a part of the countries, the people of that part, they are living very uncomfortable life. Like in Africa, there are so many Asian countries. So I think we have to do something for that patch only.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's so many things, so many ways of doing service to suffering humanity. But at the same time, some of it is, just a reaction to past activities. So there's, like, somebody takes birth in the Ford family, there's a big difference between that and taking birth in Africa, somewhere where there's a great deal of poverty. So there's karmas involved, and you can't legislate karma. It's something that is dependent on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So all we can do is educate people so that they won't suffer in ignorance.
Misinterpretation of the holy book of any religion. Okay, I'm not talking about any specific religion. I think misinterpretation of some quotes may create some confusion.
Probably. I mean, if you're thinking that, if you're thinking that the demigods are supreme or this person or whatever is supreme, then that's not understanding who God is. That God is the supreme personality of Godhead. There's not many gods, there's only one. So, and I think most religions agree with that, agree on that one point. So.
દર્શક મિત્રો, સમય થયો છે ફરી એકવાર વિરામનો, અંતિમ તબક્કાની વાતો કરીશું મિસ્ટર ફોર્ડ સાથે. વિરામ બાદ ફરી એકવાર સ્વાગત છે આપનું કાર્યક્રમ અતિથિમાં. મિસ્ટર ફોર્ડ, once you join this path, what are the major changes you felt in your life, personal life?
Well, what I felt is that I surrendered my life to my guru, and my mission in life was to try to serve my guru. It still is, So that was the major change internally. I was never asked, I never shaved my head. I never, there are so many things that many devotees do that I never did, I was never asked to. And that's the thing about Krishna Consciousness, is that it can be open to anybody, no matter what their background or their profession or whatever like that. It's just like on the battlefield, Arjuna was a warrior, So Krishna didn't say, let me just take care of everything and you sit here and, like that. No, he had to get out and fight. So whatever our background is, if it's, business or money or military or whatever like that, we can do it in the proper consciousness.
How was comfortable once you remove your blazer and, as a businessman, dress code and come in kurta and pajama like that?
Yeah. I've gotten used to it. I've been traveling in India for 40 years. So when I'm in Mayapur, I wear a dhoti and a kurta, so I feel very comfortable with that. But then I can switch modes and put on a suit and a tie and go to a meeting of some sort. Although that's getting less and less because I'm 67. So I'm trying to focus more seriously on my spiritual life.
Music and some shloka in rhythm. What is the importance to get involved in this religion?
Well, it's somebody asked Srila Prabhupada once, what is Krishna consciousness? And he said it's consciousness of Krishna. So that's really what we're trying to do, is become conscious of Krishna every second of every day of our lives. And the way we do that is either there's 9 processes of devotional service. And so, chanting, reading, serving, all these things or listening to kirtan. So there's so many processes that help establish Krishna in your mind. Because at the time of death, then that's what we take with us. All that we've accumulated and, family and possessions or whatever, that's all left behind, but our consciousness is what goes with us.
Krishna has so many qualities.
Yeah.
Which quality attracts you more?
Oh, there's so many, I think that his kindness, especially to fallen people, fallen members of society, is very endearing, his kindness and love. He loves us much more than we love him. And we have to learn how to rekindle that love.
There is a slok, yada yada hi dharmasya, glanir bhavati bharata. That means Krishna will definitely come.
Yeah.
When again is there any problem in this world, Krishna will come and he will solve all problems.
Yeah.
What is your faith?
My faith is that Krishna is already here in the holy name. And we're spreading the holy name, ISKCON, all over the world. So even you have, so much, it's Kali Yuga, so much argument going on and fighting and whatever like that. But the holy name will solve all the problems. So, that's an incarnation of Krishna. So, otherwise we have to wait for Kalki. We don't want to do that. Yeah.
Do you feel that now Krishna is needed in this world this time, in the same format?
Yeah. I think that, we need people to unite around this Supreme Personality of Godhead and devotional service and give up their false egos. But we're not moving in that direction. It seems like we're moving in the opposite direction with the fighting and people's false egos and huge amounts of, arguing and whatever like that. So, but there's a segment of the population that will take to spiritual life. So even if it's a small segment, it's good, But the way things are going now, we're on a path to self-destruction. It's kind of scary. So,
what are three major problems should be solved immediately across the world? Major problems. We should focus on top three priority.
I mean, I happen to agree with Narendra Modi that animal slaughter needs to be stopped, because it's a symptom of violence. It breeds other violence, so I think it'll be very difficult. But it's definitely a problem that needs to be solved. And poverty, I don't know whether you can really do anything about poverty.
Yeah,
poverty will always be there. Always. Yes.
You cannot make all person happy like in money kind of, yeah.
And global warming or climate change, it's even says in the Srimad Bhagavatam that in this age of Kali there'll be, changing climate, But people think it's due to this or due to that. But actually in the Bhagavatam it says that it's due to sinful activity. So how we can change that, I don't know.
There are so many debate about vegetarian and non-vegetarian. If non-vegetarian, you cannot be a devotee of this kind of religion. So what is your general opinion?
Well, I think it's very difficult to be a devotee if you haven't given up the idea that somehow or other I'm the proprietor of everything, to the point where I can kill your body and eat it. That's very demoniac. So in order to come to spiritual life, you have to become more sattvic, and that's one of the most important elements of becoming sattvic, is to have a sattvic diet. So, we do think it's difficult. It makes things difficult for people.
So, in which raga you would love to song Hare Rama Hare Krishna?
In which one?
Anyone in your voice.
Yeah. No, I'd rather have the professionals do it.
But still.
Yeah. No, my voice is not very good.
We are used to with this kind of voice. Okay, don't worry. Come on.
Anyway,
we can continue with this. In background music?
Yes. Well, we chant every day at our ceremonies in the temple room and with our beads and everything like that. But I don't like doing anything in front of a camera. It's that much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, at last, what is your message to the society?
My message, especially the people of Gujarat, they're very pious people. We've met so many nice people here, and we're raising money for this project, and people are very enthusiastic. So we want to thank people for the support they've been giving us, and try to be kind and spread knowledge, around. That's the best thing we can do, because there's so much knowledge here in India, so much transcendental knowledge that the world is craving for this kind of knowledge. But unfortunately, some people in India are more focused on building industries and making money. Your great heritage is your spiritual heritage, so don't forget about it. It's very important.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ford, to be with us. Yeah, same here. દર્શક મિત્રો, ખાસ વાત મિસ્ટર ફોર્ડ સાથેની મેં શરૂઆતમાં જ કીધું તે પ્રમાણે 25 મિનિટ પછી જ કદાચ આપને ખ્યાલ આવશે કે હું કઈ વ્યક્તિ સાથે આપને મળાવી રહ્યો હતો. એક બિઝનેસમેન કે જે પોતે બિઝનેસ તો કરે છે, પરંતુ તેમણે કીધું તે પ્રમાણે વૈશ્વિક અલગ અલગ પ્રશ્નો માટે પણ તેમના અલગ અલગ વ્યૂઝ છે. અને જ્યારે ઇસ્કોન સાથે જોડાયા છે અને પોતાનું લાઈફ આખી જ એની અંદર મહત્તમ ભાગ તેમણે આ ધર્મ માટે આપેલો છે. વિશ કે આ જ રીતે તેઓ ધર્મનો પ્રચાર સતત કરતા રહે ને તેમણે જે પણ વાત કરી છે તે આપને પણ ઉપયોગી થઈ હશે. થેન્ક યુ વેરી મચ મિસ્ટર ફોર્ડ અગેઇન. ફરી મળીશું નેક્સ્ટ એપિસોડમાં એક નવા અતિથિ સાથે. ત્યાં સુધી રજા આપશો. નમસ્કાર.